All right, people, welcome back. Another episode of the best podcast on the planet. Sorry we're late again. I think this is the second straight week this has happened, but we're having some more internet issues, some more audio issues, and we got pushed back one more day. I'm honestly thinking about actually just pushing our episodes back to Fridays because it does better for our views and all of that stuff. But anyway, thanks for being patient. We've got a really, really good episode planned for you guys today. A lot of stuff has happened since our last episode as far as trade rumors, free agency, and all of that good stuff. Obviously, this morning, Paul Millsap goes and signs with the Brooklyn Nets, one of the more highly coveted free agents on the market, especially after Larry Markin and ended up going and signing with who he signed with Cleveland and that $67 million deal. So, yeah, Brooklyn gets Paul Millsap. I think there was somebody else they were thinking about getting LaMarcus Aldridge. Marcus also talks about that. Yeah. Blake, what do you think about Brooklyn's pickup of Paul Millsap? Like, I mean, I don't know how much. What do you think of it generally? Because I don't want to say how much does it really help them, but what do you think of them being able to get a guy like him?
I mean, it's good bench depth. You got bench depth. You can shoot, pass a little bit, score down the post. Great veteran presence, playoff presence. I know if we're gonna joke about how old the Lakers are, we probably got to include the Nets because if they get LaMarcus Aldridge too, they're probably gonna be right there with them. But I think it's a good sign. It's not something that's gonna put them like over the top, but it's good just to fill out that bench a little bit. I know since they made since for bringing in KD, Kyrie, and Harden, that bench was kind of just. It was no more. Yeah. So I'm glad they're taking those precautions to at least shore it up a little bit.
I agree. And you kind of look at their entire offseason, and to your point, the whole offseason was about getting bench insurance, right? You look at Kyrie right now. We don't know about what his health status is going to be. There's the vaccination thing. I'm not going to speak on his vaccination status, but I don't want to speak on it, but there's a good chance that he may not be playing a bunch of home games this year. So, being able to get a guy like Patty Mills, we also talked about, obviously them getting, Paul Millsap, and also having a guy like Nick Claxton coming off the bench. They have a lot of really good depth. Carl, what were your thoughts on the move this morning?
You just said about you was talking about Paul Millsap, but you just mentioned Patty Mills. I forgot all about him. Mm-hmm. He can easily average, like I can give him. He's not gonna get that many shots. I can see him averaging like 4 made threes a game, something around there. That's a big number for a bench player. But to your question, Paul Millsap, he's a good veteran presence, like Blake said. And I think people forget he was an all-star with the Hawks, like probably 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
3 or 4 times. Yeah, when they had them good Hawks teams, whatever like that. When Kyle Korver, Jeff Teague, Blake's favorite player, Jeff Teague, and then who else was on the team? Al Horford, teams like that. So I definitely think he's a good veteran presence. You can kick the ball out to him. He can knock down from threes. He can pass, rebound, get down low a little bit, be barbecue chicken if you need him to be. But that's my thoughts on him.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes during the season, there were kind of questions about Brooklyn's defense too, and I think their most reliable defender, obviously you had Nick Claxton, but you look at in the playoffs, who were they putting on Giannis? It was Blake Griffin, and he really couldn't do as much with them as he wanted to. Like, I don't remember. He had some great possessions, against them. But I also, like I said, I think this move kind of shores them up from a defensive standpoint. Millsap is, one of the more versatile defenders in the NBA. Being a veteran, like, you don't see a lot of veteran power forwards, with that defensive versatility that he has. So, yeah, I liked it a lot. I think it was a very, very, a lot of people wanted him. Like, I think the Warriors' name was in the mix to pick him up. Who else was, talked about to get Paul Millsap? I think it was some other team.
I just remember Golden State.
Yeah,
that's the one I really recall because I know they was pushing that a lot.
They're pushing that last season too. They've been trying to get Paul Millsap for a minute. But yeah, very solid moves to get another guy who can go out there and make plays. And as you and Carl said, that bench looks really, really good. 2 really good rotation pieces. And guys who can be effective coming off the reserve. So I like it a lot. There's also the LaMarcus Aldridge situation. Then, just look at how deep they are now at the power forward position. If you get LaMarcus Aldridge, I don't know what you're asking for him. We had this conversation before, but you get him. That's another guy who can pick and pop for you, can get down low on the post and add some more defensive versatility to kind of complement those wing players or those perimeter players that they have. So, yeah, I think they really, really increased their depth. I think they got slightly better on the defensive end, where they already have a couple of solid defenders out there, with KD and with Claxton and all of that. And maybe with Griffin, if we want to call him a good enough defensive player to kind of include in that conversation. So, yeah, I mean, very, very good move. And I think we just, over the last couple of days, we're just seeing these guys, these extra free agents, just slowly come off the market. So, yeah, I mean, where did you, since he was one of the more talked about free agent guys, where did you guys want to see Paul Millsap land? Because there were a lot of other destinations and a lot of other teams that really wanted him. Where did you guys, was there another spot that you guys kind of wanted to see him go? Like, was there another team who you thought could use a guy like him?
Golden State. Mm-hmm. That was the only one, especially since they got rid of Pascal.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree. That was really the biggest place.
Yeah, because I mean, you think about that too. Like, you think about their bench, it's a lot of youth, and obviously there's Andre Iguodala back. But if you have Paul Millsap in the rotation with Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody, that's just more leadership. That's a guy who's been in the NBA for over 10 years now. That's a guy who knows what it's like to be deep in the playoffs. Like I said, Golden State has that perfect blend of young talent and veteran presence as well. So I definitely thought Golden State would have been a cool spot. What about you, Carl?
I was just thinking I think with Detroit, their young squad, they have a lot of young players. I think he would have fit well with them. Just have a veteran player on the team and try to steer them in the right direction, which they're trying to head to the playoffs sooner or later, obviously. But yeah, I think Detroit would have been a nice one too. Yeah,
that would have been kind of a weird one. I definitely see it because I think, who's their veteran right now? I think we mentioned Kelly Olynyk, but
Kelly Olynyk and
Jeremy Grant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, only thing with that is I think at this point, Millsap's kind of ring chasing, which I can't blame him for. He's already been an all-star. He's already been borderline all-NBA before in his career. So now he is at a point where it's kind of like, hey, to hell with it. Let me try to go get a ring. But Detroit would have been a really, really interesting spot, as you mentioned, for them to have a veteran guy like that. And, I think he would have been great for like Hayes development, Killian Hayes development and all of that. So and just giving him another playmaker. It would have made sense basketball-wise too. I think it would have been I think the Sadiq Bey, Paul Millsap type of pairing would be pretty cool to see. I think he could have definitely helped Sadiq Bey develop as a player. But yeah, as I mentioned, just a lot of those free agents just coming off of the market. Does anybody know what the deal was right now? Because I don't know how much he got paid. I don't think
I don't think they really.
They ain't said.
I don't think they said.
I'll look it up, but
unless I missed it.
Yeah, they still haven't disclosed how much he got paid. Okay.
Yeah, no, they just said he signed with the Nets. They didn't say it.
Yeah.
It can't be that much though. It can't be that much. It's probably like a minimum.
Yeah. How much do you think him leaving there affects Denver too? Like, there's that side of it, like that not a lot of people are really talking about right now. So how much do you think not having him affects that team? It's not like they utilized him a bunch in the playoffs and really got a bunch of value from him. But do you think that affects the way they operate moving forward?
I'll say locker room culture because I didn't really see him playing in the playoffs. But yeah, I say locker room culture that may affect him a little bit, but playing wise, I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, and also on top of that, more minutes for Bol potentially. He's been buried in that rotation his entire career and has shown so many flashes of being a future all-star. Now, without having Paul Millsap there, what excuse does Mike Malone have to not play him and give him like really good 6-man minutes or whatever?
Man, if
he has an excuse, it's a dumb one.
Yeah, I don't know. If they don't play him, I'm requesting a trade after this year if I was him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is he at a point though where he can request a trade though? Like, is Bol? Does he have enough leverage with the organization to request a trade?
He can still request it.
Yeah, dude, you what, 20? They just wasting your young years. You just sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
You can request it. I understand what you're saying though, because like he hasn't really done anything, but he hasn't had the opportunity. So you can definitely still request a trade at any type of level player. It's just if they take it serious.
Yeah. Right. They're like probably like, get out of here.
Yeah,
we'll trade you. We'll trade you when we want to trade you, but then again, like I said, if they, to your point, Carl, if they just don't use them, then hell yeah, it'd make perfect sense for them to just move them out of there. Like for both parties, like what's the point of having a guy out there on the roster? If you throw him in a package, you can get a lot for him. So it's whatever. But I do think, with Millsap falling out of the rotation and just falling off the roster, Bol should get a lot of, playing time right now. And I'm excited to see what he does. I think he's a dude that can come in and affect this team defensively. Like we usually see teams have to go out and get a guy defensively. now it's a weird situation where you use a guy more in your lineup and he gets you better defensively. Like we even saw with Brooklyn, they started using Claxton a lot more, and we saw the value he was able to bring on that end. It wasn't like they went out and got a guy who was like a lockdown level defender.
Yeah.
So I got a question. You just talked about Claxton. There was been reports that DeAndre Jordan wants to be bought out. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen him.
What do you think about that? Do you think like they should keep him, or do you think he should go somewhere else?
Oh, 100% buy him out because he still is kind of on a hefty contract, and he didn't even play for them in the playoffs, and rightfully so, right? Like you look at DeAndre Jordan as nothing much else but a rim protector, and this isn't really the league. You know, if you're a big guy, this isn't really the league for you to just be a stay in the paint rim protector.
Yeah. He's not athletic like he once was, too.
Yeah. I mean, you getting older. What, he's like 34 now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's getting older now, so it's not really.
Yeah, he used to be able to jump out the gym. Now he can still jump, but it's definitely a difference.
And how much value is there in just having a big man who's just a pick and roll guy on offense, right? Because he was never a post up dude. And I'm not saying, you know, if you're gonna be a pick and pop big, you still got to be able to show different parts in your game. Like let's go with, or pick and roll big. Let's go with Kevon Looney. Let's use him as an example. When he was in Golden State, he was always the pick and roll guy, go catch in the middle and then make the right play out of the middle of the paint. DeAndre Jordan was too. Defensively as well. Exactly. So DeAndre Jordan never really evolved his game, you know, to this modern style that we see now. What are you going to say, Carl?
Or even Clint Capella. He's not even on that level.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, Clint Capella, he's kind of more. I don't know if you can put him on that same pedestal that
use very similarly.
They run a lot of.
They play similar, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you can really put them on that same like level.
Yeah, but I think that's what you look at DeAndre Jordan, and that's what I think you'd want him to be if you're a team that's paying him that much, you know. And he's not.
Yeah.
He's just not that. I mean, where do you guys think? We're talking about a buyout. Is there a team right now that you guys can see get a ton of value from picking him up? Because somebody's going to pick him up. The question is if they're going to play him, but is there a team out there that you guys think should take a swing at, you know, getting DeAndre Jordan?
Go ahead, Carl.
I'm thinking. I'm struggling to.
You don't need to think too hard. I know what you're gonna say.
No,
he don't even want them to go to the Lakers.
I don't want him. I said my chest out. I don't want him.
Do you want to see, Carl? Do you want to see a lot of Dwight Howard and DeAndre Jordan rotations out there? Like, let's just
no.
That's pain.
That's a whole bunch of bricking.
That's a painful lineup.
Yeah. I mean, Dallas maybe.
They still got Willie Cauley-Stein though. I don't. He can.
Do they? Is Willie Cauley-Stein still on the roster? I think he is.
He's still on the roster. So I don't know. But I can't see him for real. I'm trying to picture teams. I thought about Indiana, but I forgot they got enough people that's big. So
Milwaukee.
No, they got Brook Lopez. He doesn't fit.
They don't have anybody behind him.
The Spurs.
Oh, Bobby Portis, never mind.
Yeah.
Spurs.
I mean, and it's like I said, if someone does get him, it's going to end up being like an insurance type of thing, right? Like it's going to be just in case our first string big gets hurt, then our second string small ball big gets hurt, and then we're going to play DeAndre Jordan, which you're not really counting on. So that's sad to see because he was obviously.
And that's a whole lot of what ifs, dude.
Yeah, like I mean, it's sad to see because he was one of the most fun players in the NBA for a couple of years. Like that Lob City Clippers thing, like we always look at Blake Griffin, but DeAndre Jordan was.
Jordan, he was throwing some down too.
He had that dunk on Brandon Jennings. I know you all know.
Arguably,
Brandon Knight.
Brandon Knight, yeah.
Brandon Knight, my bad. Yeah, you're right.
And arguably the greatest dunk of all time. You know, some would say no because he did it on a point guard, but still, it's kind of sad to kind of see that that's what he's been depleted to at this point. But yeah, I mean, it will.
We know what the greatest dunk of all time.
Oh my gosh, I was waiting for him to say something.
What's the greatest dunk of all time, Blake?
Probably a Michael Jordan dunk or something.
And Mr. Free Throw Line.
He didn't do that in the game.
You're talking about game dunk.
Yeah, you're talking about in-game. What is the greatest in-game dunk ever? Quick.
Either Vince Carter.
Jumping over that dude, Team USA?
Carter, or let's see, Vince Carter or Sean Kemp, maybe.
I don't know.
What's the best? What's the best you've seen, Carl?
D-Wade, I think this is an underrated dunk. D-Wade had a nice dunk on Verjao.
Yeah, he killed that.
I don't know if you all remember that. That was in his face. Kobe had a nice one on the White when he's. I don't want to say what was in his face.
Nash on Nash?
No, the one on the White. He had one on the White.
Yeah.
And people's on like YouTube or whatever on TV was saying he baptized them because
Oh yeah,
that was nasty.
Y'all remember when DeRozan tried to 360 post to some dude in the
that would have been nasty.
That would have been nasty.
Giannis jumped over somebody in New York. That's one.
He did. The best I think I've seen in a game was probably when LeBron dunked on Jason Terry. Because I really started paying attention to the NBA in 2013. Yeah. I remember Terry said something before that game, and I remember seeing it. It was dope to see that. And I was like, Celtics Heat rivalry was something to watch. So yeah,
I didn't want to say it. I was thinking I was thinking it. I didn't want to say it because I'm Blake gonna be like
not impressive.
Okay, he kneed Ben McLemore in the chest too. I think he got Paul Millsap.
Oh, what about the one he jumped over John Lucas? That was crazy.
John Lucas is short. No, not impressive.
Yeah, Blake's not gonna give LeBron credit.
Let's think real quick. Think of something Kobe had. Kobe had something too.
Kobe killed Nash on one. Kobe destroyed Steve Nash on one.
Nash, Dwight Howard.
Yao Ming.
Yeah, he got him.
He got Gerald
Ben Wallace.
Yeah.
Or what? Oh, what is that? Ben or Gerald?
He got Gerald Wallace.
I thought that was Ben Wallace.
No, he got Gerald Wallace when Gerald Wallace was in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did. So did. He did.
No, I'm talking about Kobe got Ben Wallace.
Oh, he did. I didn't see that.
He probably did, but he was talking about the one where he went down the middle of the lane and he dunked on like him and somebody else.
Oh yeah, well I'm talking about that. I think this was when Kobe was rookie.
Kobe had one against Atlanta in 20. He was throwing some down in 2013. He had some crazy ones.
Don't sleep on Dwight Howard. He had some back in the day too.
He sure did.
Shaq too. No, Shaq. When Shaq dunked on one dude from New York. That's probably
he threw the ball at him.
Yep.
Oh, that's Mike Dunleavy Sr.
Was that?
That was senior. Yeah, that was senior, not junior. That was senior.
I think that was. I got to go check because I remember his nickname.
I'm pretty sure. I
thought they said Dunleavy or something.
No, it's Dunleavy. I'm like 100% sure. Trust me.
We'll go check it. Because the dude's nickname was like AK-47. I don't remember what his name was actually.
What was it?
AK-47. Look up Shaq dunks on AK-47. That's what it was.
That Karolinko?
It wasn't Karolinko. I don't think Karolinko was in the league at that time. But yeah, no, interesting moves. I mean, my thing with Denver, obviously, we're kind of going back talking about the Paul Millsap situation. It should boost minutes for Bobo. I think also we should see Bones Highland in that lineup, and we talked about that a couple episodes ago. So I'm excited to see what it does for them. Like they lost something, but still, it gives them more of an opportunity to give those young guys a shot. So I'm always down for that. And I'm always down to see how much Bobo helps that roster out on both ends. So yeah.
Want to see the youth succeed.
Absolutely. More news. Ben Simmons officially coming out and saying, I don't think I saw an interview of him saying it, but some source came out and said that he wants out of Philly and that he's planning on holding out on Philly if they don't trade him before training camp. Carl, first thoughts on that quote when it came out?
I mean, did he really have a choice the way they was dogging him?
Mm-hmm.
Verbally, they doing little passive-aggressive shots. They weren't saying his name, of course, but they were hinting that, they were like, in the post-game after they lost to the Hawks in the playoffs, if the coach was like, a reporter asked him a question, do you think Ben Simmons will be your point guard of the future or next? No, he said, do you think you can be your point guard next season? And Doc Rivers said, I don't know. That should tell you right there. Yeah. And then Embiid said, I think we lost the game when we didn't take a wide open shot, and then when we didn't shoot the ball when we were wide open. He was clearly talking about Ben Simmons.
Yeah, they did. I mean, obviously he didn't play the way he needed to, but you can't say he was the reason that you lost that season. So I mean, a lot of the Ben Simmons slander is warranted. There's obviously the narrative about him not working on his jump shot, him just not really showing much improvement. I mean, you can argue there's been a decline in his play over the last couple of years. Yeah. I mean, and also too, like I said this on an episode before, it was crazy how we talked about him at the beginning of the season, how he was one of the more valuable players in the NBA, really because of his defense and how things just ended up by the end of the season. Like it was like two different seasons, like the beginning of it all, Ben Simmons is this, that, and the third. And then at the end, Ben Simmons is a liability and he's not tradable and he's not worth the money that he's getting and all of that. So, yeah, I mean, I think we all pretty much saw it coming. I mean, maybe there was some level of optimism, from the Philly front office to bring him back or whatever and give him another shot. There was always a thing we've talked about millions of times, and where they, let Ben Simmons come back to the team and experiment with different lineups. They never really stuck with the whole Shake Milton being our starting point guard and Ben Simmons playing the fourth thing. Never did that, which I think could have worked because Shake Milton is a very
Shake cold.
Yeah. So it's like, while we can always talk about Simmons I've always thought Simmons was never a great point guard. That's always been my thought since he was in LSU. Like, I never thought he was a great point guard. I thought he would have been optimized at a different spot. I think he would be great in like a Draymond Green type of role. Obviously, he's not shooting the ball like Draymond Green is, but I mean, I don't know. I really wanted to see them experiment with different lineups. And Doc Rivers, just one thing he didn't do relative to Brett Brown was just use him in different lineup situations. So it was weird how they utilize him, but yeah.
Yeah, Doc Rivers, he don't adjust. He hates adjusting. It's clearly shown he's too stubborn in his old man ways to adjust. That's why he keep losing.
Still holding on to that 08 ring.
Yeah,
them boys hold on to it.
Man,
let it go.
Yeah, they love it. But no, I mean, and as Carl mentioned, even that post-game interview the night of, like, we've seen guys suck in the playoffs, and then we've seen teams still be like, okay, we're not going to let you dog our guy out. So that was definitely an indication that he wanted out. You know what I mean? And it's some people are making it like, you can't suck and then want to get traded from the team or whatever. I'm like, well, you look at it how they dogged him out a little bit. Yeah, I kind of demand a trade too. You know what I mean? Like, if they would have said different things, Ben Simmons' attitude would have been completely different, and he maybe would have tried to run it back. And maybe Doc Rivers would have done a little bit of coaching and ran a different system. I think it all came down to Doc Rivers.
He won't do that though.
Yeah,
because on the Doc Rivers part, he won't do that.
Because my question is, what did Doc Rivers? I know we're going to talk about Ben, but what did Doc Rivers come in for Philly and change? Like, there was no lineup change. They were still a rough offensive team with that level of talent, having Tobias Harris and Simmons and Embiid in your lineup, and you weren't offensively. Like, what did he come and bring to the table? So I don't want to just straight up dog out Ben Simmons the whole time. Yes, he could be better, but what did Doc Rivers do systematically as a coach? Did Doc Rivers do what he needed to do to put one of his best players in a better position to succeed? And I say no. And Brett Brown didn't do it either. So I will see what really happens. And there are a lot of landing spots right now that are being talked about. I think Sacramento is kind of out of the mix. I think Carl brought up Sacramento last time.
Because I heard someone say it was Sacramento because they said LA teams. When he said LA teams, I'm like, dude, you ain't going to no Clippers.
Yeah.
He said I think three California teams. I think.
Yeah. But you might as well bump that down to 2.
Yeah, because they said Sacramento would want to like give up, or Philly wants to like. This is so weird because Philly's not in a position to trade Ben Simmons. I mean, if they want to be a championship team, they don't have enough talent right now to just trade Simmons and get a bunch of young guys back or draft picks or a bunch of role players and then ask Tobias Harris, hey, be our second best player offensively. Like they're not in that type of position. And at the same time, that asset that they're trying to trade that's making that much money, you're not going to get a star player back for Ben Simmons right now. No team is giving up their all-star for Ben Simmons. De'Aaron Fox isn't coming back for Ben Simmons. It's just not going to happen. You know what I mean? And I think Philly wants, if they're going to trade with Sacramento, they want De'Aaron Fox, and that's just not going to happen. So
they want Dame. I don't think that's going to happen.
Somebody's going to have to compromise.
Yeah. I mean, and like I said, Portland was a team we talked about. And if I'm Portland, I'm not looking down on giving up CJ McCollum for Ben Simmons or whatever, but there are a lot of, the Warriors thing too is weird because a lot of people do the Warriors. I'm like, why are we doing that?
Yeah, because when that first came, I remember he was talking about, I was like, they have Draymond Green already. That's so pointless.
Yeah. Like, why would we use Ben Simmons in a lineup with Draymond Green? First of all, that's a lot of money. And second, there's some benefit for Philly too. Like, I think if you get Andrew Wiggins, I think that's a good thing to experiment with a little bit. Like, I don't know, but
he's still a 20-point a game scorer.
Yeah. So for Philly, it makes some sense. Yeah. For Philly, it makes some sense, but for Golden State, like Draymond Green and Ben Simmons, like what are we asking Ben Simmons to do that Draymond isn't doing? I
don't know.
It's a lot of weird scenarios out there. But any team could use a defender. There are a lot of teams that can use a defender for Ben Simmons. I think his unfortunate situation is that he's making this much and that there's just not any level of optimism from anyone about his ability to score or whatever. And then there's also the thing where Joel Embiid comes back out and says, I'm not going to let you, what do you say? I'm not going to let you.
I think he was talking about how the media was like twisting words or something like that.
They didn't twist nothing. They read what you said after the game.
He said what he meant to say.
Well, that's like me getting somebody's food and then like making it like, when you eat something that's nasty and you make a face or whatever, and you wondering why everybody think that you think the food is nasty.
Yeah.
Like it's like people watch it, like his reaction pointed at y'all being mad at Ben Simmons.
Like we literally watched you watch both y'all throughout the
That's what I'm saying.
Come on now.
It's literally
face when there was hands.
It's called being passive aggressive. There was some passive aggressive comments made after that game.
Yeah,
a whole lot of.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. That impersonation right there, Blake. That's exactly what.
Do it again.
A whole lot.
That's exactly what it was. Like that's what I was seeing. I was like, man, we've seen dudes choke and play like crap in the finals, or not the finals, in the playoffs, and they're like one of the best players on the team. And we've still seen guys like, I don't remember Westbrook. I mean, PG had some horrible moments. And granted, Westbrook was pretty bad too. But at the same time, you got to uplift.
PG was
awful. It was bad.
Yeah, but Westbrook ain't dog him out. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, who choked more? Let's ask that question. Who's a bigger choker? PG's a bigger choker than Ben Simmons?
Yeah, because the Ben Simmons. I thought you were saying the Russ.
That's a good question, actually.
I'll have 50-50. At least Paul George showed up somewhat this year, though. I'll give him that.
That's true.
He ain't no somewhat. He was doing his thing.
And he had moments even before, like getting to the Clippers and the Indy.
His best moments, I think people forget, is when he wasn't the number 13. He used to be number 24.
Yeah.
That's his best moments in Indiana. That's when that's the best Paul George to me, in my opinion.
Should have never left.
Didn't he get him to like 2 Eastern Conference Finals, or am I tripping?
Yep. Yeah. No, it was 2 in a row.
Yeah. So I
should have never left.
Yeah. So I'm all in all, I think Philly, they kind of, did they create the crap show? Because at the same time, I don't want to take pressure off of Simmons. Because like I said, I don't want to say he hasn't worked hard in this game, but I wonder, why haven't you progressed offensively yet? So I don't want to.
That's because he hasn't worked hard on.
That's probably because, bro. You see,
you gotta call it how it is, bro.
It's another person who used to just play defense. You all know him. Gary Payne used to just play defense. He came to the league as a defensive player, but he saw he really needed to learn how to shoot a jump shot. But he said this is basically what he worked on. He said he worked on his mentality more than anything besides his actual shot. He said his shot was fine. It was just me believing if I can make it.
Yeah, that's
still a part of your game you got to work on. I just don't believe he works on like having confidence enough to shoot it in the gym by himself. Well, no, he shoots it in the gym by himself, actually. But
how much do you guys want to bet that Derrick Jones Jr. becomes like a good 3-point shooter next season before Ben Simmons does? How much do y'all want to bet that? Y'all want to put money on that?
I'll put a dime on it.
That'd be funny as hell. That'd be funny. We saw DeAndre Jordan become a better free throw shooter before, we seen DeAndre Jordan.
That's a shame. That's a shame, bro.
Yeah.
So, Tyler, when you say he's not working on his game, you can't say that.
That's true.
Because I don't know what he's in the gym doing. If he's just in there looking at the floor doing something. I don't know.
I also maybe will give him the mentality thing. I think that's a factor as well. I don't know, because I mean, when those lights come on and you're a dude, because if Ben Simmons has a bad shooting game, he's gonna get clowned. They don't care about the effort that you put in; they care about the results. So I think that's because social media is rough. Like we've seen Paul George mention that a lot of his woes were due to social media. So it's a rough world. So I think I don't want to just totally say he's not a hardworking dude, because his demeanor. Ben Simmons' demeanor has always been like this ultra competitive, no nonsense type of guy. You know what I mean? I remember, I just remember like that. I've never known him to be like a lazy type of dude. I think he's always been that nonsense, I'm going to go out there and do what I need to do type of player. And he's had moments to prove that as well. And he's very passionate. Like he was passionate about him being the best defender in the NBA. So I don't know. I think it's a mentality thing. I don't want to do the hard work stuff. Maybe Maybe you could, but I think it comes down to mentality for him. That's what it is for me.
But
that's a big. I agree. That's a big part of it.
But in a way, if you play, if you play a professional sport, working on that is a big part of it, though.
Yeah.
On your mentality, how you approach it.
That's true.
If you can't get past that, you really gonna be messed up.
Yeah. Hopefully he progresses. I don't think there's a player I want to see make that next leap more than Simmons. Like, is there a guy right now that you think you want to just see take it to another level relative to Simmons? Because I think with Simmons, we've always said when he gets a jump shot, it's the same thing with Giannis. When he gets a jump shot, you can't stop him. You know what I mean? Like, and is there a guy you want to see like take that big step more than Simmons?
Not really, no.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's really the only one that if he takes that step, he'll be incredible.
Combined with his defense too, because I think he's a better defender than Giannis. Like, imagine if he becomes like 20 plus points along with like 8 assists and like 9 rebounds, and his defense is still what it is. So I don't know. I think I want to see that level.
A whole lot of wishing.
It is a lot of wishing. Hopefully we can. I wish nothing but the best for him, and I want to see him grow and progress as a player for sure. I'm interested to see where he ends up landing. My favorite spot right now, I really think my favorite spot is Portland. I think that's really what I want to see happen. What would you say, Blake?
That's just a weird. I don't know, man. I just don't.
I think
Portland is just weird because it's just you replacing CJ McCollum with Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Not if he ever decides to develop a more well-rounded offensive game, you're gonna have the same problems you had in Philly.
Yeah.
Just moving to a new state.
Yeah. I don't know. The reason I said it was because I'm always looking at defense. That's always what I'm always looking at. So, I that's why I'm like, okay, Portland gets Ben Simmons. You're a lock now for being a lockdown defensive team. And then, at the same time, you lost a lot offensively. And now you're asking Norman Powell to be your second best player. And I think I've said that about 15 million times before. But
you love Norman Powell, boy.
Yeah.
Man, he got something. Man.
What are some other spots? I'm trying to think, man. There's
It's only really he said he'd go to Cleveland, but I don't know how that works.
There was an Indiana package, including Malcolm Brogdon, that was talked about before. That makes I think that makes some level of sense. Philly could see a lot of benefit from getting a point guard like Malcolm Brogdon. And Malcolm Brogdon is probably the most underrated point guard in the league today. He's got a blend of it all: high-level passer, high-level shooter, great defender, good late-game performer. And then Indiana, you get a strong defender, a guy you can plug into the lineup who can do a lot of different things. I don't know how good of a three-point.
I wouldn't do that trade.
You wouldn't?
Hell no.
Trying to give him.
I'm not about to trade a dude that can score and do all the things you just said for Ben Simmons. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Well, I think Philly rejected that offer. I think I could be wrong. Someone check me? Did Philly reject the offer or did Indiana reject the offer?
I think Indiana rejected it.
Okay.
No, I think Philly. Hold up.
Or did Philly?
Let me make sure
here. I don't even know why Indiana would try to trade him.
Malcolm Brogdon, Ben Simmons.
Because he can average 20 a game. He's done it before.
Yeah, he's definitely done it before. The Pacers tried to trade. No, the Pacers proposed a trade, and
the Pacers tried it. And I think Philly rejected it.
That's a bag fumble. Looking back at it, that's a bag fumble, big time.
I don't know if they're gonna get anything better than that.
I don't think so either. Because like I said, if you're Philly, you don't want to fall from because they're literally a team on the verge of being a title contender. And then now we trade Simmons for young guys and draft assets and all of that. It puts you back at being kind of a mediocre team. So it's really, really weird. I think they definitely, while Simmons had some value, he still has value. I don't want to say he has none, but they definitely dropped the ball a little bit. So that's the sad thing. They dropped the ball on not budging on Malcolm Brogdon for sure. I don't know how much better that would have made Indy or whatever. I think it maybe would have given them a better chance in the play-in or whatever. I think if they would have had Simmons, they would have beat the Wizards. I think so. I don't know, but
it's a scoring, bro. That lacks scoring. That's what it is. That's what's.
Yeah, it's like I agree. Like it's like, do we want to give up? That's the dilemma, right? You want to get a star player for who you perceive as a star player, but no one's going to give up a dude who's giving you 20 a game for a guy that's even a question mark to average 18. So that's
nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the challenge. That's the major dilemma that you're in right now if you're Philly. So we'll see what happens, but it's not pretty for Philadelphia right now. He's not
It's not.
It'd be different if this was like Damian Lillard requesting a trade and Portland can just start over and go young. Like, no, it's
just the thing with me. I'm frustrated with him so much because he plays and puts up like Draymond Green like numbers, but he's so much more talented than Draymond Green.
Better than Draymond numbers.
He is, but I'm just saying, like, he can put up like probably 10 more points than Draymond. Draymond probably averaged 13 to 15 points, but that's his talent. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons could easy average if he wanted to if he was to shoot 25 points.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's really a really tough situation for like. I mean, you look at the process. Like we can call them the process as much as we want to, but it's been
a damn process now.
The prolonged process because it went from them having the perfect rebuild to just like 5 years of just stagnation and nothing at all.
Down the drain.
And if it goes down the drain, that sucks. It really does. Because I remember everybody was waiting on the Philly thing to happen, and they burned through so many number one overall draft picks. Finally, we landed Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, and now where are we at? So it's tough. It's tough, but hopefully they can figure this thing out, man. Yeah.
Sounds like they about to be in the same spot they were after Iguodala and Lou Williams was there. Hopefully. Back in the draft.
Yep.
Do you? I mean, for them to be in that position, Joel Embiid just have to be pissed and say, "I want to leave."
I know I'm playing, but I'm just saying they're just gonna be mediocre at best.
The way things are going for him. So, all right, fellas. That's what we have about Ben Simmons. In other news, I don't know how much we want to talk about it, but Lakers are getting Rondo. Carl, quick reactions to that.
Rondo, assist man. He played for the Celtics, he played for the Lakers. He's a championship person. He everywhere he go, rings ring, except the Kings, New Orleans, the Mavericks,
the Bulls, the Clippers.
Other than all them other teams, everywhere you go, rings ring. So he probably ain't gonna get that much clout, but it's good to have a veteran on the team like that can be a floor general.
I agree. And maybe if Westbrook just absolutely sucks in those lineups.
Oh, wait, don't they hate each other? I forgot about that.
No, Rondo actually said he can't wait till he wants to play with Westbrook the most.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe, like I said, I mean, good plug and play guy, right? Like, let's say Westbrook's just having a horrible shooting night in a playoff game. Great dude to just plug, which is obviously it could happen, but you plug Rondo in. Rondo's grown as a 3-point shooter over the course of his career. So, yeah, I mean, I think he's a great pickup. I don't think he's going to get a bunch of playing time out of the gate, but injury insurance, that's kind of where they're at right now. They're just building a bunch of guys to just have in the rotation and make sure guys don't get hurt. So.
That's what it would be for me because honestly, this is a start. Like this is the lineup. This is the name of the people I would play. Of course, LeBron, AD, Russell, Dwight. It's not in any order.
Yeah.
And
Melo.
Melo. Yeah, I always forget about Melo. I don't know why. That's 5 people. I think pretty sure that's 5 people.
That's 5.
And I would play Malik Monk.
THT. Gotta just paid him.
I was about to say him last. THT, and then that 8th person is where it can switch out from Rondo, Kendrick Nunn, Wayne Ellington, so you can go.
Yeah.
I don't want to play Marcus All young too.
Trevor. Marcus All looks like he's out. So
Trevor Reezy,
I think they said they were planning on like not bringing him back or something like that.
Which makes all the sense in the world because there's just no reason.
All the sense.
Yeah.
All the sense.
Poor Marcus All because he was for a minute he was one of my favorite players. But I mean, yeah. Y'all know what time it is. Draft time. Today we're doing centers. Today we're gonna go 11 per team. Let's get this going. Same order as we always do. Blake, do you have any issues with the order? Do you want to make any amendments to the orders today, or are we still good on that?
No, they look all right.
Okay.
Blake, they look to my liking.
Okay. Blake's picking number 1. I'm at number 2, and Carl is at number 3. Let's get to it, fellas. We all have the list up?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm putting a straight up graphic together of all this, like as soon as the draft is over with, and we're going to thread it, and you guys are just going to tell us who has the better teams. But let's get into it. Blake Roberson with your number 1 overall pick for our all-time fantasy centers. Who are you picking?
Shaquille O'Neal.
Dang. Oh, wow. My God. I didn't think he was going to be picked first.
Me neither. This is always a tough. So my second pick, this is always a tough debate for me. I'm thinking between Hakeem Olajuwon and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I think Hakeem is the most skilled big guy ever, but you can't count out Kareem either.
I mean,
all time.
Don't give you can. Me. Don't get one of them to me. I'm just telling you.
That's what's going to end up happening.
You don't know what to do. You don't know what to do with them, Paul.
Yes, I do. I know what to do with them. Put them on the post. I'm
gonna get Hakeem. I'm gonna get Hakeem because I think he's a stronger defender. I think that's what edges him out.
Kareem being third? Okay, I'm gonna take him.
Which is weird. That's weird.
Okay. I got Kareem, then I got Will.
Okay.
All right, cool.
That's tough. Off to a hot start, huh, Carl? 2 Laker big men already.
Yeah.
Give me Patrick Ewing. No.
You said him. No, you said him.
Do that.
You said him, bro.
Yeah.
You said him.
You can't do that.
Oh, I'm tripping. All right. Go ahead.
At least who are you going to change your mind to?
No, don't tell. No, don't tell. No, don't tell it.
I can't change my pick at all.
No, because we did that to Carl a couple of times. We got to be fair.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I did it to myself. I said I'm not gonna change it. I was being fair.
All right, cool. Go ahead.
Let me get. I'll get Bill Russell. You can't walk over 11 rings. Are you still in safe space, Blake?
No, he's not.
You are. Are you in safe space?
I got David Robinson.
I can't stand you, Carl.
I knew that's who it was.
That's who you wanted?
Yes.
Okay. You got David.
Give me Robert Parrish.
You had a couple dudes.
No. I was about to pick him. Never mind.
Let me get Yao Ming.
Get Yao Ming. I'm taking Moses Malone. Y'all let Moses Malone slip, man.
Oh, y'all let Ralph Sampson. I would go pick him actually. Ralph Sampson.
No, you weren't.
I'm gonna get Ralph Sampson. Then I'm gonna get let me see. Moses Malone.
I got Moses already, buddy.
Yeah, I already picked Moses.
Oh, you got Moses? Oh, yeah. I'll get Bill Walton.
You get Bill Wall. No.
Oh, Bill Wall. Where's Bill Wall?
Oh, hippie.
I told you I hide names, Blake.
You got my God. Where was Bill Walton?
Bill Walton was under Jack Sigma.
Oh, wow. Time. All right. My turn. Let me see.
Don't pick this guy.
Who all of you all gotten yet? You got Robert Parrish, right?
Yeah,
I did. We need the what's name Bell.
We definitely need a timer for this, man.
Give me
Jeopardy Bell.
Give me Alonzo Mourning.
You guys have let some cats slip, man.
He said cats.
I'm going with I'm going with Dwight Howard, man, in his prime. Where Dwight was ridiculous.
I have Shaq, so I'm cool.
I mean, yeah, but Dwight in his prime. There's like a myth that Dwight never had post game, and I watched his old prime highlights, and I'm like, what the hell are you guys talking about?
Yeah, he had a post game. They were just kind of mad he didn't have no moves. Like he would do the same moves, but it was still a post.
It was effective. He was the best. He was the most dominant big in the league for a good amount of time. I mean, granted, at that time the big man position was a little weak, but
4 to 5 years.
Yeah,
straight.
Yeah,
because he won 3 the Defensive Player of the Year awards.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was ridiculous. 3
out of 4 actually. Yeah, but I want this where it gets tough. Give me DeMarcus Cousins in his prime. Give me him.
Talk a little bit about D Cousins in his prime, because a lot of people don't. I remember.
He had post moves down low, barbecue chicken like Shaq said, and he can go outside, shoot that outside jumper. You know, he was just a bully. He played like a bully, if I'm being honest, because he wasn't the most athletic, but he was just stronger than everybody else.
That Anthony Davis and DeMarcus Cousins front court, like I'd said it in an episode before. I just remember a game against Chicago where they were running pick and rolls with each other, and it was the funniest. It was the funniest thing I saw. Bless you. It was the funniest thing I saw. I was like,
they couldn't do nothing with it.
You couldn't stop it at all.
Like they had a legit chance. They had a legit argument to keep the Warriors on their toes as they face them in the playoffs. I don't know. When I said that, people didn't take me serious, but they definitely.
Oh, Drew Holiday, Rondo was there too, right?
Yeah, Eric Gordon was still there.
Yep. They had a squad. For sure.
Let me pick. Give me Yao Ming.
I already got Yao Ming, boy.
Oh, I keep forgetting. My bad. This is where it gets. Did anybody pick Ben Wallace?
Nope.
No.
Okay, give me Ben. And then give me.
No, you just got didn't you just pick DeMarcus Cousins and then Ben Wallace?
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
I so did. Okay, my bad.
Okay, go ahead, Blake.
Who did Carl get?
Y'all go to the Google sheet should have.
That's what I'm looking at. I just forgot. I got Ben Wallace and Marcus Cousins.
Yeah.
Ben Wallace and Marcus Cousins.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Get to the mic a little more.
Oh, my bad. I'm trying to look at. Give me. I'm trying to pick between two players right
Well, pick one though.
Gotta pick one, buddy.
I realized.
I'm about to. Blake, you can
give me Artis Gilmore.
Artis Gilmore, ABA legend and NBA legend, has best years in ABA. I'm gonna go with. I'll go with. I'm not gonna do that. Y'all gonna make fun of me. I'll go with Joel Embiid.
Dang, I was gonna pick him.
Y'all gonna make fun of me. I was gonna say Rudy Gobert, but no, not right now.
I'm gonna pick Bob McAdoo and Nate Thurman.
Solid. Two sideburn having brothers.
Yeah, they was big dudes too.
Nate Thurman. You said Nate Thurman, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
My turn?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Give me.
He go pick George Michael. Or Willis
Give me Marc Gasol.
Solid. Marc Gasol in his prime, though, bro. In that grind city Memphis team, they were fun as hell to watch. Like Mike Conley, Zebo. I think we did a post on Zach Randolph,
Tony Allen.
Yeah, I mean they made a West Finals. They beat the Thunder in the second round. I think Westbrook got hurt that series. In that second round,
they lost to the Spurs. I think
Spurs
in the
in
West
4
Conference Finals.
Yep, Spurs in 4. Yeah, but yeah, that team got pretty far with the guys they got. So yeah, and Marc Gasol is definitely also an international legend too. So got to give him his props. Hall of Famer maybe? Question?
Yeah.
No.
I think when you factor in international play, maybe.
I don't know. I think Hall of Fame, they too lean with that stuff to me. That's just always been my opinion.
He's made about 3 All-Star teams too on top of that. Maybe. It may be.
My thing is it needs to be an NBA Hall of Fame. I don't like this.
Yeah.
It needs to be.
I agree. All right. Blake got Marc Gasol. Carl, who are we going with?
Let me see. Give me Nikola Vucevic.
Okay.
And then go ahead and throw Rick Smits up in there.
Fellas, can I make I'm going to make a name omission, and I'm not going to take him for courtesy reasons, but I'm going to throw Nikola Jokic in there and replace him with Tyson Chandler.
Oh, I wish you would have told me that.
Okay, cool.
He's up for grabs. I'm not taking him. He's up for grabs right now.
I got Jokic.
That was my bad on the curveball. I messed up there.
Wow.
Right on time.
Had to give him something. His team was a little weak, though. Got to give him something.
Man, come on. You just doing me.
Thank you, Ty. I appreciate that, bro.
His team was a little weak. He kind of needed that, that little anchor. You know what I'm saying?
Man, whose team was weak?
I'll let it slide.
Hey, don't do that, Ty.
I'll let it slide. I ain't gonna go to the man above and just write you up. I'll let it slide.
Blake went for Nikola Jokic. That was a horrible.
Did somebody get Will?
Yeah,
I did.
Blake got Will. I called out Will. I'm going to go with I need some physicality on my team, and he had a good amount of skill too. I'm going to go with one of the most hated players ever, Bill Laimbeer. Everybody kind of looked at him as just a punisher, but he did knock down shots. He could pass the ball, knew how to run an offense. So I'm going to go with Bill Laimbeer. I think he's a WNBA head coach right now too. So
yeah, for the Aces.
Congrats, Bill.
Yep. Jerk. Go ahead.
It's my turn or was it Blake?
It's my turn. Your turn. I just picked.
Okay. Give me, since they did that little friendly little gesture of just giving away what's the name? I ain't gonna go. Give me let me see. This is where it gets tough. It's not even that many people.
Yeah.
Ain't that tough for me?
I know you. Give me Dikembe Mutombo.
Okay.
Because I don't got no choice for real. I ain't picking no Joakim Noah.
But there's another name floating here that
I know I see it, but I'm trying to decide between. Give me Willis Reed.
Okay, you still let him slip. Okay, let's see if Blake's able to
give me Sabonis.
Damn it, that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't even see him. Okay,
Arvydas Sabonis, his dad.
I've been looking at him for the last 4 picks.
I didn't see him.
Thank you, God.
Let me get a guy who I think you can plug into the NBA today, and he'll be a very effective player. I think his defense will be in question, but since you want big men who can kind of make plays out of the big man spot, give me Wes Unseld. Actually, I think Kevin Love's godfather and influenced Kevin Love's outlet pass as well. Kevin Love threw the outlet passes a lot. I think he influenced a lot of that. So I'll go with Wes Unseld here. Yes, RP Wes Unseld.
Is it anybody left?
Yep, Jack Sigma, Joakim Noah, George Mikan, and Rudy Gobert.
Okay, give me.
Where is Rudy Gobert?
He's at the bottom of the list. He's at the bottom of the list.
No, he's not.
Rudy Gobert is at the very bottom of the list.
I'm literally looking at the last. Give me Jack Sigma and George Mikan.
Okay.
I'll take
You got two choices here. This is a funny one. He's got Rudy Gobert or Joakim Noah.
Give me Joakim Noah.
Me and Carl had a very good conversation about Joakim Noah's nearly MVP season. I mean,
13 points.
But did we see a big man? Because he had a streak of triple doubles that he had. That's what it was. Here, let me go with Rudy Gobert with my last pick here. Take Rudy Gobert here. All righty. So that concludes the draft.
I won.
I'm gonna post a graphic with all the teams. So yeah, I mean, this was a decent one. It was a little. To the end, it got tough. Blake, I had to Blake throw an alley-oop. I had to throw Blake an alley-oop. He got a little lucky today, but
yeah, he threw that boy a Hail Mary.
Yeah,
he caught it.
Absolutely. Don't forget, guys, like and subscribe to the channel. Download us on Spotify and Apple Pods. And I'm gonna go enjoy this Drake album tonight.
It's out now, ain't it?
Yes, it is. So we'll leave on that.
At least I hope it is.
Yeah.
Let me just look.
Hold on. Let me look. Hold on.
Let's just check this out, people.
Let's check to see if we got Certified Lover Boy out now.
Y'all know I got Spotify. I ain't like that.
Oh, is it out?
It's not out. I don't see it.
Oh well, you know what that means.
Hey, it's not on here, bro.
Great point of Kanye. We'll see later. Now on the next episode. All that good stuff. We'll see you guys next time on Monday morning.